once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am so excited to get started again, but I am going to jump right into and ask for little feedback from those who might be present. I just noticed like my microphone is not seeming to be picked up, and so I want to make sure that there's actually sound coming through before I get going for too long. So if anyone can just, drop a thumbs up or yes, is audio regarding audio in the chat for me, I'd really appreciate it. Hopefully it's all good. All right, I'm gonna run with that and trust for the best, man. Praise be, thank you sincerely to all of you. Happy Saturday. Blessings indeed, right? Praise God and blessings to all who find my words today. Much love. Thank you for tuning in, for joining with me today, because this topic, I'm right all about it, man. Let's share time together today with healthy love. I'll be dropping the links here soon, and I've got all sorts of stuff that if my memory works and if everything aligns, I've got a lot of ideas from earlier today that I hope to discuss and bring up. The important things I want to point out, though, some of them are in the description, but most of the important things I want to point out, it's you. You are an important part of this equation. And I want you to realize I appreciate it. Those who tune in and check in, especially with a heart of encouragement and hope. For those who do want to see me succeed and to be happy. I truly, truly do appreciate that. Today, the thumbnail, man, and the ideas, it's so true. In the background, it's a reminder. Love is the answer. Share the love Saturday. Why not? Love is grown through sharing. And if you think about that, through sharing, love is grown. You offer kindness to someone, man. It can create a stronger bond than any oath, contract, or agreement. Love. Right? Through generous acts of sharing, a world of love can emerge. The world we know, right? It can be filled with love, overcome with love instead of fear. So it starts in the here and the now with each of us, but it's really been going on for a while. It's an eternal process that we're just a part of, but it's a mystical thing, this thing called life. The main point to these ideas, be aware of what you're sharing, right? Be aware through the moments of your day. What is the fruit coming from you? Is it bitterness or are you sweet? Are you kind and forgiving, right? Creating those bonds and love that make the world a better place? Or are you bitter? Cross there, bitter and bitchy. Are you bitter, possessive, controlling? Man, let those patterns go. Right before starting, there was a thought I was considering, and it had to do with purity. Seems purity is available for all of us to know, if we're honest. And what is purity but divinity? And what is divinity? That's like godly. Godly is like perfection. So who wouldn't want to be with all that? with the purity that life promises when you follow the orders of life. And the orders of life aren't controlling and punishing, although they can be. There's no denying that aspect of life. Life will punish you when there is no escape from that which life has brought forth for you. But you know what? This is beautiful. I love that. Frank Monday. Congrats as again on the milestone yesterday. And you're welcome to share your link again. Grow the subscribers. But swallow bitterness and use it to bloom flowers. Sometimes you need a little shit to grow some pretty flowers. It's part of the gardening process, right? So you know what? Hey, I know a big part of this is let's see what Jack's gonna do. And so let's see what Jack's gonna do. I'm gonna open space. Holy cows, and I just saw the names in the chat. Praise God. Praise God. Those with respect to share are welcome. Welcome to join. Just click the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. So if you're present and wanting to, feel free to do so. Let's see. I did the thumbnail. I've got some ideas that came to mind as I was thinking about thoughts, right? Goals, achievements. This stuff is always in my mind. Why? Because I love life. I love growth. I love overcoming. I love success. I love achievement. I love fulfillment. I love sharing those things, right? And celebrating those things, not just for me, but for goodness. This is a thought I was thinking, right? Pretty much for anything you can imagine. See, if you can imagine it, you can find a path to achieve it. Let's see. See, because when you can imagine something and then you can imagine a general approach to that something, well, then a strategy begins to form. It's all ideas and thoughts, man. But through a strategy, right? Once you've got a strategy, you've got the idea of your starting point, your destination, and your goal, right? So you've got a general strategy. Well, then you start to get more of a clear plan. It just kind of emerges. And so, when you've got a starting point, a destination, a goal, you got the strategy, you got the plan. What's next? Action. You just take a step leading to the execution, progress, growth, right? Because once you start, then you adjust. That's the path of learning. You learn and grow, and then you apply, and then you figure out, and you evaluate, and it's just, you just get in the rhythm of being, and then you just see yourself doing, and then you understand what's what. If you understand, you know. And if you don't understand, feel free to ask me questions. I know I say a lot of things, but the reality is, if you can imagine something that your heart desires, there's a step you can take towards achieving it. And the only thing that'll hold you back is the excuses you give power to in your head. And I don't know if I did anything on this one, but another thought I had is, when exactly is an excuse a lie? Okay, because this was the pattern of thought I was thinking, and I don't have this written out, but if you think about these ideas, excuses, an excuse will lead to a secret. Oh, I can't look in there because it's scary. Well, guess what you're doing? You're keeping yourself a secret of what's in there, what you already presume to be scary. So excuses lead to secrets, and then secrets lead to lies. because they cannot exist with the truth, right? The truth exposes secrets, the truth exposes lies. So excuses lead to secrets, secrets lead to lies. So when is an excuse a lie? These thoughts came up because I can be very creative and I can find a lot of excuses or reasons or whatever. I, like many others, I got a pretty powerful imagination, man. But what I've been learning to do, I've really been learning how to just let go, give my mind to God. Safer for me that way. I've shown myself over and over through trial and error that when I'm in control, right, trying to figure everything out, I get stressed out, I get angry, get a little bitchy sometimes. But when I just don't worry about it, right, and I just trust God's got this, there's an answer waiting for me, right? I just got to find out where to turn. But see, if each of us consciously looks to grow, to allow good things to grow within us, around us, if we consciously pay attention to that with the will, I want more good things in my life. I want more good things about me. I want to find more good things and share more good things. Why? Because when you do that, it reflects good on you, right? It's the way to live in a world of love. We don't have to live in a world following the rules of the criminals. Hello, right? The rules of the plantation owners, they've been sold to us, right? It's illusions of freedom when you got to register and license and pay your taxes and hell, pay for everything. Did you know that we don't need an actual cost of living? Do you know that life has already been given to us to share? And I tell you what, brothers and sisters, we create a world of sharing instead of profits and control and tracking and surveillance and what the frick? Oh, dude. I don't want to sound like a Karen, but I'm in America and I want to speak to the management, right? Because I'm not satisfied with the service of the US government and their subsidiaries, contractors. So I know there's got to be a way. I know there's got to be a way, brothers and sisters, please, serious. I'm not joking. I want desperate. No, I don't. There's no desperation, but I tell you what, should we get creative and help to find a way to make this happen? A real life conversation with Jack Talcott and Donald Trump regarding the specific topic of peace, how quickly it could be achieved, how many different ways peace can be grown and nurtured and shared, and then the prosperity can be nurtured and shared. Because I was thinking about this, what a perfect opportunity it could be. Because that man right there, Donald Trump, there's no denying he's well connected. That dude, through his business dealings, his family dealings, let alone the political office, right? The position he holds, Donald Trump is a well connected man, right? So let's bring in some of the best talent, right? Some of the most resourceful, right? Those who have the opportunity to truly share and support great minds, solution thinking. There's answers available. We just got to stop fighting and competing, right? If we stop fighting, ending the wars, now there will be some ugly things that have to be shared. I don't know who knows what. I don't even know if I know enough, but I might be shocked too. But I suggest that disclosure, right? No more secrets, no more lies within the corporations, within the nations, within the everywhere, right? All around the world. No more liars in charge. How about that? We could make, all I'm suggesting we do is we raise the standards of what we are allowing in regards to representing us to the world. America can lead it, right? As America was created as this incredible republic of freedom, as it was intended to be this experiment of freedom, to break free from the monarchs and the rulers. And well, it had the right heart, had the right idea inside, right? The heart of America is what's been waiting to be coming out. But golly, geez, man, it's like being, if you think of America and the relationship maybe with France and Britain, it's like we grew up in this abusive household, taught these habits of colonialism and domination and merchants, and created a commercial world to be bought and possessed and controlled. So we grew up in this unhealthy relationship where America truly did become just like England, fucking colonizing nation, going around raping and pillaging and blaming others for raping and pillaging. It's like, whoa, when's this stuff coming in, man? I hope folks are following. Otherwise, I realize I sound like just a rambling fool. But I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. There is a sense behind what I'm saying. See, I understand the patterns of abuse in the patterns of revolution. Often the revolutionaries have become much like the oppressive system that they fought against. But hey, having another mind here is often very helpful. So let me welcome back our friend Frank Monday. How you doing, brother?
Doing well, Jack. Good to see you again, and blessings. And what you said a moment ago, I think everybody is following. We're keeping up with the message. Like it's one of the most inspiring things that I've found is when folks are discussing peace and friendliness between nations.
I know it's possible. This is why I want to give a chance. I thought about this earlier, right? I think there would be a lot fewer wars if every man and woman who was willing to be sent to war was first given a chance to negotiate peace, right? Because anyone willing to go to war ought to have a fucking chance to negotiate peace. It just seems fair to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And if we were sending around more peacemakers rather than war makers, ambassadors, and people engaged in friendly discussion, we'd have a much better world for everyone, right? And we've got to look forward to our posterity and what we're creating and leaving behind. Because I think a lot of people have pointed it out in the past as well. It's that some of the people that should have taken responsibility when the opportunity was there didn't do so, right? And it's the situation we're left with now.
Well, the truth of war is the wars have continued because those who went and saw, when they returned, they were told not to speak about what they saw and did. And so the atrocities of war have actually been hidden. They've been glorified in the media, right? Oh, war is cool. Fight the Indians, fight the Chinese, fight the Saudis, fight the whatever, right? It's like, no, war. War is the cost of war. The cost of war is our humanity. Mankind mind has clearly lost its humanity if it continues to allow, enable, and pay for wars, genocide, right? Murder of and oppression of innocent people. We're all in this together. There's just varying parts of responsibility, but if we feel like they're not connected, like, oh, I'm different, I'm not part of that, are you ever going to do anything about it? Feel the connection. Everyone should and can feel the connection to this world, to the life we're living, because the way that the world operates, it's unhealthy. One of the thoughts I had earlier today, how on earth do you communicate to people that it's very possible the majority of what you'd learned was wrong? As far as how to live, how to behave, what's important, so much of us in this realm and time, we've been taught wrong. Guess what? I hate to, okay, I'm going to sound insensitive and cruel, okay? And I recognize, actually, in my caution, I am recognizing my blessings, okay? How truly blessed I am to have had minimal exposure to some things in life. But the reality is our loss, our grief, that pain of betrayal and disappointment, right? Losing someone we just fucking love. They mean everything. That pain and the power of that sadness or sorrow or anger, it only has the power that we allow it. So don't allow yourself to suffer, okay? You don't have to be a callous prick when you lose someone or something. It's normal and healthy to process your emotions, right? But I remember noticing it earlier in my life when, like, Oprah and Jerry Springer, I was like, I knew it without knowing it. I was like, they're programming people to think like fucking victims. It's like, what is going on in this world? This society is being taught to carry around depression and sadness and, oh, you just need some more chemicals. No, no, you need to go reconnect with who the hell you are. Child of God sent here to the world to shine brightly. When we diminish ourselves, we lose sight of why we're here. And then the two go together. You lose sight while you're here, you start diminishing yourself. You start diminishing yourself, you lose sight while you're here. We live in a world of broken systems, right? The trust has been broken. That reminds me of a channel guy I know here. Is that Jason? You know who I'm talking about?
I'm not familiar. No.
Cool dude. We just never like hit it off. Broken systems, broken trust is his channel's name. Oh, no, I'm thinking of someone else, but that's still the right name. No. Yeah, now I'm confusing myself with trying to put names and faces together. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, where you were too. I mean, you're right. Like, they talked about the Jerry Springer effect and them forcing, or not forcing, but trying to guide people toward the use of chemicals rather than fun and easy things that could, alleviate that suffering within us, like deep breathing and meditation and some of the things you promote here on your channel. I mean, because those things are free. And if you get everybody doing that,
Right.
and feeling good.
Exactly. Dude, I think that, see, this is why it makes sense. Trauma and fear have been used as very effective tools of propaganda, or it's all tied together, right? You cause confusion, you create fear, you get people thinking in their emotions and a clouded mind. And the main thing is they start lowering their own ability to think, losing their consciousness. Oh, we've got a wonderful guest returning. Man with his own testimony of spiritual blessings. Hey, welcome back, Ashton, right?
Howdy, howdy. Yep, that's it.
Um,
So, hey, you were just talking about Jerry Springer. I just had a real quick thing to share about Jerry Springer. Does everybody know that that show was scripted? I didn't know if anybody else knew that other than me. My grandfather, the one time when I was probably like maybe like 12, 13 years old, he was online and he thought he was trying to get tickets for the Jerry Springer show to go watch it while it was being live recorded. And he actually got offered to be on the show because he put his profession as a truck driver. And I wouldn't sit here and like believe it either, but I was sitting right beside him when he got the phone call, and it made him damn near fall out of his chair from laughing. But it was completely scripted, and they wanted him to go on as the truck driver who drives over the road, and his wife was cheating on him with a black man. And my pap is like as bad as like country you could get. He wears the cowboy hat, he has the boots, like he's been a truck driver for like 60 years. So like of course he denied it because he didn't want people back home thinking that it was real. But yeah, no, just a little fun fact. It was Jerry Springer was scripted as scripted could be.
dude, see, that's just. Oh. Actually, I mean, now that you say that, I do remember more stories of it, and it makes sense. They want to inflame and get attention, and it works, right? The devil uses psyops, and the government has been working with the devil. Holy shit, it's true, man.
Yeah, no, I thought it was you guys brought up about Jerry Springer. I'm like, wait, Oprah, I could probably believe is real. Like, I could probably see Oprah being real, but Jerry Springer, dude, that dude was as fake as they came.
Well, the thing is they celebrated victimhood and chaos. They normalized it. And you know what? Mom won't like it, but I saw some of my family in some of those episodes, man. It was like, what the frick? Hey, the thing is, though, regardless of the way it was, we've grown up with this time, right? The songs, the celebrities, the patterns of stuff, but we're here to really reclaim this world in new ways. Welcome back, Little Lippy. How you doing, brother?
Greetings, Jack. Greetings, Frank. Greetings, Allwine. I just want to make sure everybody understands. I am not mocking God when I do this. It is a form of greeting in many cultures. India, it means namaste. So when somebody is running their mouth that I'm mocking God because I put my hands together in an Anjali Mudra even, where the yoga instructors show you that this is a way of centering your balance individually within yourself. So when people go around saying that I'm mocking God when I do this, I wish you would just watch and learn instead of running your mouth claiming that I'm bringing up drama by mocking God. I
Blessings, El Perro.
Right. I merely meant a greetings. Thank you.
Yeah, ignore those Sadducees and Pharisees. They're going to tell you how the cow eats the cabbage.
Yeah. Upload another special video for me.
I don't want to cause offense, but this seems appropriate. I want to encourage everyone to put down the weapons of aggression and the aggressive defenses. Right?
Yes, this is not aggressive at all, is it? It's a greeting.
To be fair, when I usually do that, I'm making fun of Chinese culture, so I'm just not gonna involve in that one.
Ooh, how dare you!
It's for me, it just feels natural. It is a way of prayer and, acknowledgement. Hey, we've got another wild card guest. Sorry, Frank. You have something you were going to jump in with?
Yeah, no worries. I just say you no make fun of Chinese culture. That's not very polite. We have a big egg roll, not like a Vietnamese egg roll.
Please stop.
Sorry,
I know you are there. Frank is there.
I'm being playful. Yeah, blessings to everyone in the chat. There's some people tuning in from the Frank Monday channel too. So yeah, chats with Jack. It's a good thing. Check it out. Come on over and join us.
Much love. Well, be warned. Be careful. Tom, welcome back. Can we be peaceful today?
Spring Trek up here.
He's not available for me to do so.
He'll be up. I'm issuing to him that I'm here, you fucking moron. And Anal Wine, don't worry about me. I realized today that you are not in my league, and I'll just disregard your rural dumbassery. Like, he knows Springer was fake. We all knew Springer was fake because we saw multiple guests show up for different reasons, but he buys into you, Jack.
I'm gonna.
You're good.
Please pause. Okay.
I am good. I am, and it's because of God.
You're so pretty.
I saw in the chat. It looks like Tarek is on his way, but I want you just to chill and
you're the one that's going to need to chill, Jack.
Because I'm trying to do something else here. Goblin, welcome to you. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm feeling blessed. Are you joining with any ideas or purpose on your mind right now?
Right now, I'm just tuning in, and I'll chime in as we go.
All right. I appreciate that. Let me bring back Tommy, but please, Tom, let's slow down together, please.
Oh, we will, Jack. We're going to take it nice and slow so everyone can see when you can't finish out the conversation exactly what you are.
Okay. Well, let's be fair with each other.
I always am. That's why they can't handle me.
Well, sometimes it doesn't seem like you're real fair with me.
Yeah, because you don't understand that, or you'd still have a family. You're not a man, Jack. You're not integrity. You're not honor. You're a piece of shit. I'm waiting on Tarek.
But see, just because you say those things or think those things.
I've got a lot coming for you, Jack. Whether I show up here or not, I am going to show exactly what type of person you are.
Well, you already are. And so it's not through your words, but it's through how I deal with you. And Tom, you're clearly still angry today. I still haven't even clearly understood why you want to talk to Tarek here on the live stream with me. You didn't ask permission. Does anyone else know what's going on here?
Not a fucking clue.
No clue. Zero.
Goblin?
No, I don't have any idea. I haven't been tuning into that the last few days because I personally think a lot of the stuff is a waste of time, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I'm talking about here and now. This is the thing. And another part of this is that, you may not know the background like me. Now I'm getting what you were saying a little bit more, but holy cows. What I'm really trying to figure out is how do I get past this? Right? Because this hostility is not my doing, and yet apparently it is my responsibility. So we've got Tarek here. Tarek, welcome back. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Jack?
Do you understand why Tommy wanted you up here today?
No, no. But okay. I may have my own idea or why. Maybe does he want to talk about the $27 again? I thought I cleared that up. I don't know if that's what he wants to talk about. I'm not sure.
Oh, that might be it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
from
wants to
yesterday. It's the $27, right?
Yeah,
He
let's
wants to
not forget
clarify.
the,
Yeah.
yeah, let's not forget the 60 from a while back, right, Jack?
Actually, let's look at just an aspect of this, right? How much time in our lives do we waste over pennies, right? $20, $27, $100, $1,000. Where's the pennies, right? I mean, at some point, we're wasting our time.
We don't even have pennies anymore. They don't make them anymore. They're like a collector's item now.
No, they make them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I
Here,
heard about that.
They stopped the minting of pennies, but they're still in circulation.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I'm going to bring Tommy back up, and let's see if we can bring some resolve to whatever hostilities he's
Now
trying
let's
to.
get it down to the 3 people involved.
Okay, let's tell you what. Let's be fair.
I'm trying to show you how I used to do things, Jack, because you don't understand because you're a liar and a fraud.
Okay.
Now, the only thing I did wrong yesterday is I told you you owed me that money because I was just going at you like that. The reality is you owe this man a refund. And Tarek, it doesn't matter how well off you are or whether you care, he owes you that money because he did not deliver on what you paid for. And then we'll get into how he lied about it in the first place. See how he wowed? He's manipulated the audience into responding to things like holy cows, wow, or repeating someone's name. We are all held to the same standard under God, and that dude doesn't know that standard.
What do you
Now
think,
he's
Jack?
going to get confused. He's going to show us that he doesn't understand because we know he very much understands. And I'm going to show countless videos where he shows that he understands.
Okay.
Big nod now. Big slow nod now. You're so confident, Jack.
Man, Tommy's got you by the book there. He knows like your
really
signs
do.
and everything.
I really do.
Tommy, did you know I checked
Does
into
he?
this? Like, well, I think like he knows everything you're gonna do. It's just what I mean. But there's one thing.
Let Jack respond to what I've said without laughing. Because he wants to be taken seriously, and I crack him up, but I haven't told any jokes today. Shrek has a reason to laugh. He sees what's happening.
Yeah.
No.
But Jack, do you know that?
doesn't.
Well, I see what's happening, but here's one thing I tell you. You know how many times, like, well, let me tell you something. You know how you always say Tommy's name when you talk to him? You keep saying it repeatedly, hey, Tommy, 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 Tommy. You know, it's a wave manipulation to keep repeating the name over and over. If you look it up in psychology.
When you're held hostage, Jack, it'll make them think you're human. My name is Jack Talcott. We've called your family, Jack Talcott. They keep hanging up. Jack, stop with the wow. Aren't you like this great leader?
Let's get into it. Yeah, let's get into the heated subject here. Where do you want to start, Jack?
Actually, Tarek, I'd love to start with you.
Sure.
Well,
Because you seem to be
reply to what I just said before we started to get off on a tangent.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, this is the thing. I don't believe I can because he wasn't making sense. But Tarek, according to you, he was spot on. So why don't you translate for me? Help me understand what Tommy was saying.
Please keep in mind there are clips that you and I have already discussed this, so you're not confused. I got you by the balls, how small they might be, but you're fucking up.
Here and now?
And Jack, are you not going to get into your memories? Because when you say I'm a wild card, say why Snafu can't come up, say why Steven can't come up or me, you're in your memories. When you say patterns, you're in your memories. But luckily for you, that's not a thing that you can stand on. Why do you look like a gay man that just grabbed somebody's ass when they didn't expect it?
This is madness.
No,
Okay, but
you're
Jack, just start with one at a time, though. One at a time. Wouldn't that be fair?
To respond to the allegations that hold ground.
Yeah.
Please simplify it. Just very simply.
Oh my God, Jack, there are fucking drunk ass goblins that understand what I fucking said. But you want to deflect, don't you?
Anyone on the panel or off the panel
No,
willing
you
to come
only
and
need the three of us. You only need the three of us. It's you that's not moving forward with this.
Yeah, it looks like court now is not moving
Let's
forward.
start
Yeah.
from the beginning. Let's just lay it out. Trek
Okay.
commented on one of my videos, and I wasn't even going to come on your gay ass show that day, Jack. Trek commented,
please
I
pause.
take. Whoa, I'm
Please.
laying it out and simplifying
I
it.
know, and you've already helped me. You already helped me.
Oh, you're going to get some help, Jack.
I finally remembered why I was laughing. Okay.
Why?
That's not what we're talking about.
Because I know, but it's connected to it. So please allow it just for a
No.
moment. The reason I was laughing is exactly what you were describing, is just how Dusty was with Landry, wanting to make sure that the money comes from him.
No,
and
forget the money.
Oh, you gotta give this money.
This shows you're a liar and dishonorable, and you're going to try and make it about the money because you do love money.
That's
The only reason we need to bring the money in is so on this live broadcast, we can watch you send that back to Tarek.
You're not in charge here.
No, Jack, these rules are not made by me. These are what separates us from the animals. But that was another good deflection.
Okay, tell you what.
Jack, I was trying to lay it out for the viewers, and you interrupted us.
You what?
I was trying to lay it out simple like for the viewers, and you keep interrupting and distracting.
Please forgive me.
Let's go from there.
I don't forgive people for things they keep doing, but loop harder.
I know.
So Tarek commented on one of my videos one day, Tommy, I sent Jack $30 to bring you up today, and if he can keep you for, $30 to bring you up for 20 minutes, and Jack, you're going to stop sharing comments, and you're going to fucking be in the now. What's so funny about that? It's not a joke, Jack. You want your audience to take you serious, don't you?
Yeah, I know that's not good. Now you're laughing. Come on, Jack.
Comment.
Whatever this nonsense is, and don't bring another one up till this is resolved. Jack, did you laugh in divorce court like this when you tried to take your son from your wife and she won?
Nope,
See, I don't even have to go there, Jack. I just want to handle my issue and get the fuck off your stupid show and make a whole lot of content about you that'll make Paul and Slave think I ever noticed him.
Okay, I want to help you get through this. Please, go ahead.
Oh, nice manipulation. You're helping me? Pff, you can't help yourself. Anyway, Tarek came onto the comments of my video very recently and said, I sent Jack $30 to bring you up for 20 minutes today, and if he can keep you for another 20 minutes, I told him I'd send him 20 more. I came to your stream. You wrapped up while I was in the backstage. I was in the chat saying, Jack, don't ignore me. Don't ignore me. So I came the next day. I said, did Tarek pay you $30 to bring me up? I said, Tarek didn't pay me any money. And then what was it? Yesterday, a recent day, we finally got down to you lied because I didn't say 27 instead of 30.
Yeah, it was 27. Yeah.
But he acts like that's not a thing. That's the Paul and Slave shit. Oh, he asked if it was 30, so I can say no. And then that teaches me I have to say money in general because you know you love it. So, Jack, you lied. You didn't come through on what this man paid you for, and you lied about it. So what is all this shit you say about you're the second Jesus and you're this integrity honor guy while I'm not?
What do you want now?
Answer the question. Nice deflection. That wasn't even a nice deflection. It was too obvious.
The only thing was missing, right? Him giving you 20 minutes. That's it, I think, right?
No, he didn't even bring me up. And
No, I didn't
he's never
know.
going to get the chance.
Okay,
That's
but
why he's
tell
got to
you
pay
what,
you back.
Yeah, I
He'll
don't care about the
never
money
have
though.
you here for 20 minutes again, so your
Yeah.
thing can no longer be
Um,
done.
you know what? Here, you need to recognize just because someone says something doesn't mean it's an agreement.
If you
That's true.
didn't send that money back, it is.
No.
No, I don't think he agreed to it though. He's right,
Right.
right?
Then he owed you
Right.
the money.
No. It
Yeah,
was
I
a
don't-
risk. Tom, it was a risk he chose to take.
Then
Yes.
you're admitting it's a loss and a risk. To send you money is a risk.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hold him
It's
to
not a
anything
risk.
like that. I don't
You
hold
can send
anybody.
it back.
Tell you what. Here, thank you guys for your
Oh,
patience.
very disrespectful loser.
So I agree. Get off the stuff like that.
It seems he's misrepresenting it a little bit too. It seemed like the original 27 was just to pay you, and then it was 20 for another 20 minutes or something like that.
So actually, that is true. The $27 that I sent to Jack had nothing to do with you being up on panel first. It was just contribution I was given to him. Then after that, I said, if he brings you up for 20 minutes, I'll send them 20 more. And that never happened because I don't know if Tommy was there or not. The first 27 had nothing to do with Tommy.
Put it
That's
all
the truth.
away.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's what Jack originally stated. So the argument's being a little bit misrepresented, I think.
I mean, yeah, that's I don't know if Tommy knew that or not, but I'm just saying that's the truth. Because when I send money to anybody, I don't have no stipulations to it. It's just because I want to. Yeah.
Now, in the room, I'm smacking butts. Come on.
Oh, here. The kids are coming through, so I popped a mute on you. Here, this is a little exaggerated there, Slick Rick. There are people here who do take me seriously. Now, the degrees, varying degrees, you know. Tommy takes me seriously when he gets upset. He's like, yeah, I want my $2. I remember that movie. What was that? It wasn't Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It was some other movie like that. But guys, we have this opportunity in this lifetime. Truly. Whether anyone accepts it besides me doesn't matter. I'm truly committed to this idea of a hero's journey. Embrace your hero's journey with you and join me. I was thinking about this though, because I know how I am. I do my things my way, that's for sure. So those who walk with me, they got to have some faith, right? But those who have faith can easily walk with me because faith is what I encourage and I promote. Faith in love.
Jack, may I ask if Tommy's still in the back? If he's not, I can. I was going to bounce.
Yeah, he took off, Tarek.
All right. Well, thank you. I just want to clear up. Yeah, I want to clear up the stuff. No big deal. And anything I sent you ever, Jack, it has no stipulation, zero. Just to let you know.
I realize. And I
Yep.
appreciate that. Thank you, Tarek.
Of course, no problem. Thank you. You guys have a nice one.
You too. Holy cows. Thoughts from others, please.
Yeah, I'd like to bring it back around to the idea of focusing on money and, worrying about that $2 every day. Where's that $50 you owe me? It seems like folks lack, right? They're coming from a place of lack. They're the ones most focused on money. And so there does need to be a way, like a universal basic income or whatever, but some way to enable these people to not struggle so much. Like I stopped worrying about money 30, 40 years ago. Like just don't worry about it. And it seems to be there. Like the Lord provides, right? And some of them do claim Christianity. And so what was the verse where he says, I clothe the ground and feed the birds and that type of thing? It does seem to get taken care of somehow.
I'm going to head out, but I just want to make one comment on my way out. I think the largest part of the problem is everybody wants to be a psychologist for everybody else by refusing to look at their own psychology. And that's a major issue. You know, it's like I mentioned, somebody that goes around believing that my hand gesture, according to them, is mocking God and tries to use that against me. That's you looking into the abyss, looking for meaning in life, when all you got to do is look in the mirror. The meaning in life is yourself. It's not money. It's not anything but yourself. If you can't purpose yourself in this world, then you have no purpose. Be blessed.
And it brings up another point I'd like to address with like Snafu Snap's strike team. It's like, why do other people feel like they need to insidiously, constantly influence us to dislike someone? Like they work really hard to try to change my opinion of you, Jack. And I like you a lot. I came over here because I like you and what you do here. And it's like, why are they doing that? What do they care? Why do they care if I like you? It doesn't make any sense to me.
They lack explanation because they lack clarity themselves. They lack clarity themselves because they don't answer questions or explain themselves. They just loop in the same old patterns. So the way I see it, brothers and sisters, those who see the good, right, beyond all the chaos and the darkness that found itself to me, you're a part of this. You're a part of the good part of this, right? Those who align with the darkness, especially against me, well, they can do what they want to do. But I know that God is with me. God is with you. God is with and through us all. There is no absence from God except in what we think or know.
Jack, I have to give some pushback, man. I'm not for no universal basic income, none of that, okay? I'm not for that. I believe that there is a way that people can live life without currency, period. That's me, though.
That's what I'm suggesting. Hey, wow, Andy, holy cows. I'm not sure where this came from or why the switch in views of me. Jack, you're a spineless phony, and I refuse to support somebody like you any longer. Good luck with your manufactured drama and pretend goals. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not real. Just because you might not understand something doesn't mean it's not true or known, Andy. I know you're a better dude than that. You know I'm more than what you're describing there.
Yeah, don't let them take the jelly out of your donut. You had mentioned the hero's journey a moment ago, and there's like one section of it where there's tests and allies and enemies, and it seems like that's a recurring thing, right? As you answer to the challenge and then go down into the abyss and bring back the treasure. But it seems like you're at a point in your life where you're always bringing back the treasure for the people, and that seems like something to be celebrated.
Well, I'm truly puzzled and amazed by the number of critics I have here. I mean, it's fascinating to me. DJ Emo, thank you for being here so often. Jack is allegedly running from something Tommy taps at it every time. Maybe too hard on his approach and ways, but Jack wants to address it with him, but then bails last moment every time. So Tommy left, but I'm accused of bailing. I'm running from something that Tommy taps at it every time. He exhausts my patience with his incessant, just like Snafu, incessant mouth, looping over and over, same narrative, arguing, deflecting, denying, accusing. It's the devil's game. DJ Emo, others, those who have found your way here, guess what? Life is a test. It's for the well prepared, though, so don't fear the tests. If you found your way here, give up fighting me. Just stop this foolishness. If you see me as an enemy of you or a problem for you, guess what? You're fucking wrong. Okay? Get over it. I ain't here to fight anyone in this YouTube realm or the up panelverse realm. No, that ain't why I'm here. Okay? Okay, so take your childish games and go home. Slick Rick, that is a fair question. Why do you let him up here? Because I see what I perceive to be as a man who cares deeply. He's incredibly talented. He's got a great sense of humor, but he comes across as angry because he's got a sadness, I think, he's never faced. In Tommy, in Snafu, in everyone I face, I see aspects of me. I do not deny me. I don't judge others, condemn others. I don't assume that people are wrong, don't know what they're talking about. Right, Goblin? You've
Yeah,
been
and
doing
he's
that
looking
with
for
me.
Right. I know that there's a reason why you wanted to target me, and I'm just using this as this context, okay? But the fact of the matter is, home is where the heart is, brother. So at the end of the day, if people decide to take time out of their life to spend it with you, that means that they feel like that's where home is, okay? Now, you and I may have some disagreements, but at the end of the day, those answers are in John 4:23. I sent you John 4:22 earlier. Now, the way that scripture works is it'll say something, and then it'll say something after that, like all books. But I point out the ones that make people question things. The answer is literally the next scripture. I sent you John 4:22. The resolve is in John 4:23. Take it for what it's worth.
What do you think you're communicating? Help me better understand what you're doing, Goblin.
Okay,
Please.
well, yes. Can I add some context prior?
I'm asking you to help it make sense.
Okay, so when I message you and then I get a response of you saying that I'm having conversations with myself, I can have conversations with myself in my mind, okay? I don't have to share those thoughts with you, which means that I intend to have conversation with you, right? Now, at the end of the day, that scripture I just pointed out, it says that the true followers of the Most High, it says that they will worship him in truth and spirit, okay?
Yes. This is John 4.
Yes, John 4:23.
Yeah. 23
Yeah.
and 24.
Oh,
Yeah,
it might be. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yet a time is coming is now and has now come when the true worshipers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshipers the Father seeks. God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in the Spirit and in truth.
Yes.
Okay. So what did we see there?
Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm pointing out the part more specifically regarding truth, because I think that everyone here, including in your chat, I think that they are worshiping in spirit, okay, as who they are. You're supposed to come to the Father as who you are. You know what I mean? And it's the truth part, man. Fact of the matter is, I want to see you win. I do, because I think that that would be a great thing for the world, period. And I understand where Tommy points out, you know, what's written in the book is going to happen. So I understand his perspective as well. But I also understand that if I live by the perspective that he has, that's going to prevent me from having any type of faith. And if you have no faith, you have no hope. You know what I mean? And the fact is, go ahead now. Smear me. I'm listening.
I want you to know that you're appreciated, that you're received here. Okay? I receive you as a friend. But the words that you sent me that you're referring to that the viewers aren't aware of, okay? A message earlier. Tommy says
But they are aware. You're making assumptions. Go ahead.
The message I received is Tommy says you are a false prophet because you are in denial and you cherry pick scriptures. Okay, so what? I have read basically all of the Abrahamic religions, books, and I have come to a different conclusion than you. Okay, so what? I am a brainiac, just not good social skills. You claim to be a life coach and recovered alcoholic. Why do you shun me when I'm sober? How many opportunities did you accept? I've extended invitations to talk. Let me continue. Sorry. You asked a question, but I guess I didn't answer. I don't know more about what God is you doing. Apparently, you don't know what God is doing with me. No, don't. We don't communicate. You haven't bothered to communicate with me. Don't forget that everyone has to share this world, and for any people to control other people is evil. You are not denying me. You are denying the words of God. John 4:22. So the only part of that message that you want to correct is that it's not John 4:22, it's John 4:24 or 23.
No, that's not what I want to correct only. I gave you John 4:22 because that points out something that is, I'm trying to get you to question things, okay? And if you would have read past that, directly past that, John 4:23, you would have understood this.
I did. But you made claims against me as though they were true, right? You basically...
No, not right. What claims?
You repeated claims that Tommy has made.
I've noticed it, sir.
But you didn't offer any relevance. So what I saw in that message, while there was one question embedded in the middle of it, that was a conversation you were having with yourself. First, you told yourself how Jack doesn't know the scripture and how you know the scripture better than
you
Jack.
You keep me off when I'm sober and I give you pushback, dude.
And you just interrupted to deflect.
I'm listening. I did say I have poor social skills, correct?
Do you have any interest in changing it?
The social skill perspective, yeah, that's what I use YouTube panels as therapy for, because I am somebody that has, you know, I've lived a very, 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 you know, interesting journey. And I have poor social skills for that because I'm shunned when I am found to be correct. And that is a pattern that I've noticed. And that's what I do, is I recognize patterns. And at the end of the day, you cannot achieve your goals if you're in denial of who is causing the chaos that you disagree with. It's that simple.
You're speaking to yourself again. You don't actually listen very well. You don't pay attention to what you say or what you're doing. You still have some incredibly obvious blind spots, okay? So you're welcome to connect with me, but let me tell you, brother.
And you're welcome to be honest with your viewers and me.
That is truly fascinating. So he would say that, why? Other than trying to imply that I'm not? Let me not assume the worst. Yes, brothers and sisters, I am honest with the viewers. I mean, I'm asking questions questions, trying to understand someone's looping criticisms, diminishing opinions, and I don't get it. Where's that? Your narrative is quite hilarious as well. I'm not the one telling that story. You're the one spreading that narrative. So people are in this experience. It is real, Daisy, Sophia. This is getting real because guess what? The time is happening. I'm seeing a lot of signs. God is doing the revealing. Okay, there's a spiritual revival, there's a renaissance of spirituality, there's whatever you want to call it. The world is shifting and transitioning, and when we stop this bullshit, childish arguments that aren't accomplishing anything, then we can address the real world problems that are happening right in front of our eyes on social media, right? The Israeli little soldiers doing their things, and then the Russian soldiers and the Ukrainian soldiers, and everyone's killing each other. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Agreed. And I think there's something in common with all of them that they're portraying is their want and need for a deeper connection with something lasting. And the idea that you point out that rather than engaging in this petty bickering among personality types, if we focus on those broader goals that you're pointing out, I think we could have more success.
Easily. Welcome, Melanie. Now it says device is not connected. Moose, you've been back there a little bit. How are you, my friend?
Somebody was bullshitting on your show, Jack, and I had to call it out.
Do you remember who or what?
Yeah, he was just here. He was just here, Goblin. He was trying to bullshit you.
I'm so sorry, dude. I already forgot Goblin. He's just
Damn, Jack.
It was
He's
some
so
inside
irrelevant.
baseball.
He's that irrelevant that, like, literally 30 seconds after he leaves, it's like he was never there. Holy shit.
No.
That's why I said in the back room, I said, stop bullshitting, because he's bullshitting. It's like, God,
You know what?
man.
Here, I think Mel's got
Yeah,
stuff
go ahead.
figured out. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
hopefully.
you. Hey, much better. Welcome. Welcome back. How
Yeah.
are you today?
Good. I want to be super clear with you. Like, I'm not doing the whole like powdered dusty bullshit. I am planning on getting you to realize you're full of shit. That's my end game. I will admit, I feel like I need to get to know your exact scripts a bit better before I can come up with a real mid game. So I'm not necessarily thinking I'm going to do that with this appearance. But I guess if I had a question to see things from your point of view, how would we know if you're full of shit?
Well, how does one know anything? Clearly, you got to go to facts, right? And then the question becomes what facts are available, what facts are not available, what facts should be considered, how much weight, what's the variables. There's a lot to consider, but if you
Yeah,
just
like,
kinda-
dude, think about this, Melanie. Like, if Jack is actually the dude that he says he is, if he's like the second coming, like if he is one of the witnesses, like you could be one of them false prophets. You could be like spreading all this doubt and shame on him and stuff, and you could actually be the one that's insane and not him. Isn't that crazy?
So let's say I get like 1,000 people into a room, right? And they all say that like they're this sage self-help second coming of Christ type thing. We admit that like only one of them at most can be right, correct?
I wouldn't make that limitation, no.
Right.
That's kind of goes against what the second coming is. So maybe I took that to be a bit too seriously. But I think it's fair to say that most of those people who think that they've got the solution for all humanity, they're going to save everybody. Most people don't. Otherwise, somebody would have done something with that already, wouldn't they?
That was the thought I thought as well. But the reality is many people come up with brilliant ideas and then they talk themselves out of doing anything with it. Well, I didn't want to take a chance with this. And really, I didn't just wake up with this idea, but seriously, please follow the logic. Without secrets and lies, the games of wealth and authority totally change. We don't have to live this way.
So by wealth and authority, would you be referring to something like capitalism?
Yes, where selfishness and corruption are rewarded. We can end that.
Have you read or consumed a lot of sorry, Jester, I'll let you go next, but have you read or consumed a lot of anti-capitalist media?
I've looked into the facts of political history, economic history, labor history is actually where I started. But then I also looked into the development and records of the evolution of consciousness, the development of religions. I've looked into all sorts of things. I've been blessed.
All right, I just want to jump in here real quick, and I want to say Jack has a plan for all this. Like, Jack has already stated that if he was in control of everything, like he has a plan, and the people that aren't cool with the plan, well, they just don't get to be there anymore.
So I think solutions for human woes, and I want to get back to the anti-capitalism thing eventually, but when you provide solutions that claim to solve some overarching issue that we currently can't find a solution for, or at least a clean solution, you run a much bigger risk of hurting people than helping them. And the reason is that humans are complex. We have complex needs that go beyond, what most people consider basic needs. And so usually what's good for the goose is often not good for the gander. And you're trying to make solutions that are good for the gander, right?
Okay. Well, what you're doing is creating a straw man that really doesn't have a direct connection to what I'm suggesting, I guess, in order to defeat it and to be right. But
it's not a straw person.
I'd love to discuss the logic, right?
Sure.
Think of the logic. Is the world better, or is there more or less safety and trust? Well, and we could separate those too, but the question is related to secrecy.
Okay, so what I said, sorry, I thought you were done.
No, please, the question, do you think the world would be more or less safe without legalized secrecy?
That is a complicated question because it tends more to be in the realm of bureaucracy. I think it's good that to some extent people are mistrusting or at least doubtful of each other's claims, and that we try to correct them if we think they're wrong, because people can be wrong.
With secrets. That's not available with secrets. You just got to trust the experts. You got to trust the authority. So
sure. But
you're not focusing on what I'm saying. Please, you're not really considering what I'm saying.
But likewise, I'm trying to talk about how when you offer advice to people and you're not getting to know them very personally, it's generic advice. You run a huge risk of hurting people, and
hurting people. What specific harms are you imagining Jack is creating?
I think you heard wrong. I think Melanie said herding like a shepherd herding.
Haha, hilarious. So do you think you could get like an addict, let's say heroin addict, to be able to quit without withdrawals?
I know that I could help anyone suffering from addiction and trauma find a path for their healing. Does it mean it'll be without discomfort? I'm not claiming that.
Okay,
I mean, every one of us
could. That's at least reasonable. But I have one more question. What if that person said, "I'm going to go get treatment"? Would you tell them not to?
Why are you asking? What is the relevance here?
Because you're asking for an example of how you can provide harm. And one of the most common things
Uh-huh.
in self-help guru communities is people saying that they want to get treatment for something and being told that they shouldn't trust the system.
Okay. So it would depend on the situation. See, you're asking me to commit to questions for the purposes of your interrogation of me, and
Oh
you
no, I'm
still
fine with an
haven't-
answer that requires nuance.
I answered it.
Yeah, if you're saying it would require nuance, I'm fine with that answer. I'm not like a
Okay.
lot of the people in these spaces. I can handle nuance.
All right. Fair. Thank you.
Yeah, nobody can take control of the other person's actions after they've inspired them to do something. So if Jack's message reaches a person and inspires them towards the path of wanting to committal and break addiction, then that's enough. He doesn't have to hold their hand through every step of the process.
Do you feel like you
Well-
have solutions to people who experience schizophrenia and stuff?
I can help them find comfort within them being, at least methods of identifying strategies so that they can deal with whatever it is that they're dealing with. I know I can help with that.
Where have you proven these strategies, or where have they been proven in general?
He's so
Tell
good.
you what.
Melanie, and I'm
Tell
not
you
trying
what,
to be rude to
Melanie.
you, but he is good. He is Talcott.
It sounds like you're talking about the Lord. So where have you proven or otherwise seen that your methods work for people with schizophrenia?
Tell you what, Melanie, I've been polite.
So
I've
have
been
I.
respectful. Right.
It's mutual.
So far, I'm not understanding what is to be gained. You already joined with this premise that you're gonna do, I don't remember your words, but you want to show me up, right? So you want to make sure that
Well, I said it's
Jack
not
is
going to be
proven
tonight.
wrong.
I said it's not going to be tonight.
Huh?
I'm just seeing where your principles
Right.
lie.
Well, here's what I want you to recognize. I've been answering your questions. If you're
I
not
think
willing to
you're
open your
falling into a
mind
trap,
about me,
Jack. You're falling into a trap. They want
You've already
you to get
opened my mind
angry.
to the fact that you do have more nuance to this than a lot of self-help gurus, but I think this is your way of avoiding answering that you haven't seen your methods work to help anyone with their schizophrenia, and you
Actually-
don't know if they'd actually work.
tell you what,
You're just triggering him. That's all you're
No.
trying to do.
no, it's actually, it's possible. It is possible. Thank you. But you know what? It's on me how I reply and respond. And the reality is, I recognize there's a lot of people with doubts in their minds. Is Jack able to do anything? Honestly, I've forgotten so much because I haven't found people willing to work with me. I haven't had a lot of clients or direct involved, people have benefited from me. I know that. Many people have said, hey, dude, these things you said, whatever, it was really helpful. The only evidence I can offer, Melanie, for sure, is me. I've been studying me, working on me. And if you saw the evidence of the old me, or if the old witnesses were actually honest, I'd have plenty of testimonies. There'd be no question about my authenticity. There'd be more trust around me. And with more trust, I would be shining far greater. And then there'd be a lot less doubt. But hey, for now, I'm happy to help people figure it out.
Sure. And I think your heart's in the right place. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people don't realize how risky this sort of business can be. And so my thing is, to me, that sounds like a cult of personality where people have to realize how great you are before anything starts to make sense.
I think Melanie has a genuine concern for anybody here who has mental and other like problems. Like I think Melanie is concerned.
I can actually recognize that, but please, that thing you just said, I disagreed with it, and there was a reason, and now I've forgotten what it was you just said.
I can repeat it real quick. I think when you center things around people realizing how great you are, then that creates a cult of personality.
I realize that, and that's not what I'm wanting to do. As a matter of fact, I'm conscious I do not want that. Okay, but the reality is there is a narrow path you got to walk. You got to have the confidence, and you got to be able to say, hey, I've got some worth to share. Otherwise, people won't listen to you. And if people won't give you the respect of someone who has something to offer, they're not going to get anything. And so I've made my mistakes trying to show and prove my worth to others. Why? Because I know I can help them if they give me a chance.
We have a couple people in the back that could probably use your guidance and help.
And
sir.
also with that, I'm not here to be purely antagonistic. Like I said, I'm admittedly data gathering, but only because I think you deserve a fair criticism that actually takes into account what you believe. I will say this much, Jack. I think if I had any advice for you, just from what I've seen from you so far, it's that you may have yet to encounter the idea of how awful this would all be if you're actually full of shit. And I address that criticism to myself all the time because I feel like I have overarching solutions to society. But sometimes we all just need to realize that the thing that we're all on about, we're full of shit on, right? Like most people in this space are not experts. Let's be real.
I have an honest question, Melanie. Do you think that Jack could possibly be like people could be sexually attracted to Jack, and that might actually bolster his cult-like credibility?
Could you repeat that? Sorry,
Sorry, I'm not
got
trying to be
distracted.
rude. I'm just saying, is there a possibility that Jack's like people could look at Jack as like a sexual being, and like that might help his cult-like presence?
Animal magnetism.
I don't think that would be a healthy dynamic.
No.
Here, if I can, real briefly, there was something I wanted to point to.
Okay.
The reason I want people to actually, I hope that people will want to understand me. It's not to build a cult. It's not to be some supreme leader. My theory is someone who understands me will understand themselves better. They understand themselves better in this world. They won't have so many fears they carry, right? My goal, my heart, whether I can execute it or not, I'm committed to trying to help anyone who's willing to receive what I've got available. And my path, it took me through alcoholism. And Melanie, I lost my career. I lost my family. I lost the respect of everyone around me. I got evicted from my home. My life savings is gone. And yet, I'm filled with joy, excitement, anticipation, and purpose for life.
And, it can be quite fulfilling to have a purpose in life when you didn't have one before. I think one of the issues is that, and this is me bringing in my leftist critique, is that we often tell white, cisgendered, straight men that the whole world is built around you. Like this, you are the image of humanity, and everyone else is just slightly a variant of that. When in reality, we're all individuals. Yeah. We all vary across spectrums, and some people are more normal than others, but nobody is the peak of normalcy. And so one of my issues is that I think, and I haven't seen you do this, but I suspect that, as is typical with self-help gurus, if you come across someone who's going through poverty, you're going to want to help them, but you're going to do it by trying to look at what they have power over, which means essentially putting the blame onto them. But if your anti-capitalist critique is worth any salt, then you should be able to realize that not everyone actually has control over those circumstances. So that puts people like me, who would otherwise help those people, in a bind, because you can't just blame them for their problems. And I think it can be really toxic for them to internalize that guilt when it's not actually their fault.
I agree. In this society, what I've recognized is there's a lot of people with very unhealthy relationships to money. I grew up with that. I grew up with a poverty mindset. So I recognize the symptoms, the patterns, and, I know some strategies and ideas that I can help whoever wants some support.
And that's something you got to notice about Jack, Melanie, is a lot of people don't actually recognize and congratulate him on that is he's not out here asking you for money. He's not begging for your money. He's literally just coming online and he's like, hey, like, I'm here for you. If you want to be life coached, I have the time. He'll call you up. He'll help you out through whatever problem or whatever. And no, he's not the kind of guy who's going to be like, oh, don't go to the hospital when you got a broken leg. Like, he's clearly going to be like, I'm not the one to fix that. Like, Jack is just trying to help people grow spiritually and on their own journey, like with their own goals and stuff. He's just trying to be like a therapist almost, but like a dude who fucking pumps you up and gets you to where you want to go. Like, takes that vision. You got that vision, right? And then you go to Jack and it's like, we're gonna take that vision and we're gonna fucking put it into fruition.
Yeah, true facts. And what's the alternative? What would you have him do?
Maybe get like a psychology degree or something, go through school.
I encourage you. Let's talk sometime.
Sure.
If you're open to it. I believe we've had our stumbles in the past, the energies and stuff, right?
I mostly call it the people who are calling you out, because they'll just come in and they'll address you like you can't even handle nuance. And that's what pisses me off, is right away I could tell people like Flo State and all of them, they can't entertain the reality that like you're at least a thoughtful person. I maybe, because like I said, I wouldn't call you like an expert in any of the things you talk about. So, but you've at least thought this stuff out, and so we should give you credit for being nuanced about this, even if you're wrong.
Actually, thank you. Where do you hang out with over on Mega Bloodbath?
Not really, but I've been following them, and I'm just not big on like the whole like debating Christians every single day. That gets really tiring for me.
All right. Well, the reason I ask, tied to that kind of area, and you, these topics of science, philosophy, religion, even the vocabulary associated with those is something that I've been growing later in my life. I didn't grow up with these things, and I didn't go to education, right? I didn't go to the traditional school systems and studies. I've been, what's the word? Is it autodidactic, where you kind of learn and kind of
teach yourself? I'm an autodidact too, by the way.
Okay. That's a great trait. I think we should teach our children that if we can. Right?
Sure. Yeah. Would you like, let's say I could find a basic course in, let's just say anthropology, even, because I feel like that's more broad than psychology and would apply to what you're doing. And it was free, right? You could just all you had to do is just watch the videos. Would you be interested in that?
Probably. I mean, that is what I do.
Okay.
For entertainment, I find lectures and documentaries and learning. I'm kind of a geek. I love learning.
Have you ever heard of Robert Sapolsky?
Possibly heard the name, but I do not know any details.
I think you'd like him. He's also a really great storyteller. You kind of remind me of him almost, not like directly, but and I'll post a link in the private chat to the whole playlist of his lectures. It's human behavioral biology, actually, but you'll see that like it really, the one thing he points to is, first of all, if you want to understand humans, there is no level, right? Your genes all the way up to the ecology of humanity, those are all drops in the bucket that determine your behavior. And I feel like that's often a thing that's lost on even professionals nowadays.
The amount of variables that are involved in every condition. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, and just how like sometimes people will think like, oh, this must be a genetic thing, whereas like a psychologist would see something psychological, and he's trying to get across to them that no, these are all drops in the bucket. All these things relate very intimately with each other, and that's been that's been very useful to me to understand, because I'm really into ecology. I taught myself advanced systems ecology, so that way I can make my own enclosed self-sustaining ecosystems. And his lectures were just, I don't know, eventually it gets into stuff I'll never use, but like the genetics and all that stuff is just so useful to be able to think about that. Anyways, I'll stop preaching.
Well, no, it sounds truly fascinating. And my own path, and I have no idea if it is connected directly, but like Bruce Lipton with his work with epigenetics. And I'm a huge fan of some of the stuff from Rupert Sheldrake regarding the field of memory, right?
Okay. I can't remember if I've heard about them before as a quack or as a legit expert, so I'd have to.
There's both. People, yeah, they've been identified as quacks and as legitimate. They're kind of outside of the specialized, focused, just this is the absolute. I found a lot of, I don't know, it made sense to me.
Yeah, and all I hope is that you'll give some thought into like the whole like,
please,
good advice is good, but bad advice is worse.
You know what? I need some advice right
harm.
now because I'm literally arguing with retards in the back room.
Okay, and speaking of which, Jack, did you actually get that link? Because I think Jester made it scroll away.
Sorry about that. I'll repost it for you. But yeah, I'm arguing with retards in the back room, Jack, and I think there's something seriously wrong with my psyche. I need some help. I need to stop arguing with idiots. Like, they're pissing me off.
Locus of control.
That's actually it. These people are tests for us, okay? Swear to God, the note I had to write for myself today, and I intend to practice, stop judging rude people. Okay? If we judge people as rude, we're going to treat them as though they're rude, and we'll waste our damn time with bitterness. So stop judging rude people, lest you become rude.
I'm not trying to judge them. It's just like their intellect is so fucking below mine. And it's like, how do I live in a world with stupid people, Jack? Like, even sometimes I feel that way about you. Like, I feel so badly about how I feel about people. I feel like I'm so fucking smart that maybe I'm the dumb one.
Well, with some of those in the back, too, you're up against a Gordian knot of troubles that are long-standing. So it's not going to be something easy to unravel.
Anyways, Jack, I do have a long night ahead of myself. I'm trying to keep myself occupied because I've actually been somewhat successfully quitting smoking, doing a lot better than I ever thought I could. So just trying to keep that going before New Year's so that by the time New Year's comes around, I've actually quit smoking. All my resolution has to be is to keep it. So I do appreciate that you're willing to learn more stuff. And I think I don't know all of your critics, but I'm going to judge them right now, and the ones that I have seen, and say that most of the people who I've seen criticize you are not the types to pick up a book and do better themselves, whereas you are. And that makes you probably at least more respectable in this space than a lot of your critics.
Dude, that's sweet.
I truly appreciate that.
You actually gave him props where props was due. And Melanie, great job at quitting smoking. That stuff is just made to suck your money and your life force out.
I mean, I needed to smoke weed for a while because it really was the best medication for me with the proper side effects. But now I just can't get anything done, right? I smoke all my weed and all my money goes up in smokes. I try to clean my room, but then I got high, right? Like, all of those tropes are becoming true for me. So it's time for me to probably quit.
Well, you're being an adult, and I fucking commend you for that. And you know what? Keeping Jack honest, like, that is what Jack needs. Because if Jack is going to reach, people like Donald Trump, he needs us to hone him. Like he needed us to like, he's been through the ringer over the last 6 years with all the people who have doubted him, all the people that are living in their confusion. I mean, it's just crazy, right, Jack?
It's been fascinating.
And I know I'm trans, so this is going to sound hopefully not hollow, but just weird. But I especially my former self, I could see a part of me that could have been like you at the end of the day. Where I was denied a lot of opportunity to make it through schooling. So I had to teach myself a lot of stuff. I grew up in group homes and foster care away from my family. So I had to forge a lot of my own kind of coping mechanisms and stuff. So, and then like society doesn't really understand you, so you feel generally rejected. Even if you like get a family and stuff, it doesn't last. So, not that it's happened to me personally, but I can't imagine myself going through that if I didn't have an alternate timeline.
You've been, God,
It's
you've
kind of
been
weird,
so
Jack.
tough.
It's
Go
like
ahead.
almost like Melanie's been born again, right? Like
No.
almost has a new
No,
life.
no.
Like no. Like you have like a new life. Like you have a whole new like
Actually,
persona about it. I'm not downing you. I'm not trying to
no.
be a dick about it. I'm just saying like
So this
you
is a
have a
Twin Peaks
different
reference. So
timeline.
sorry if you don't get it though, but I just had to dig myself out of the shit. Okay,
Yeah.
I had to be my own
Sometimes-
golden shovel.
I think that's part of it. If you can take it from a spiritual perspective, the way I see it is this is for our development. And, we got to face these tough times so that we can discover how strong we actually are. And to truly know your strength, you got to be rejected, right? To understand compassion, you got to find some cruelty. And
For sure.
the thing is, though, is especially those people who are on a tough path where they find a lot of negativity and darkness in their lives, if you don't let it harden you and callous you, you become so much stronger. And that's what we're here to do.
And I think another side of things is like learning to be strong even though you're vulnerable. It's like that's the only way you can be empathetic.
Yep. It's the paradox. We've got to be all things that when it's needed. You got to be strong and vulnerable, right? You got to be willing to be weak in order to feel for yourself, for another. But the world profits from keeping us in our weaknesses. And we, as people, we profit by building each other up. I'm convinced of that.
Yeah. And as long as we're not building up the bad things in each other, for sure. Well, I'm going to go. I honestly, my place is making me want to have a shower because it's so goddamn hot in here. So I need to open the window, but then also run a steaming hot shower. So speaking
Praise God. I want to say one thing before you go, though. I want to say, like, honestly, like, the interaction today, I felt like it was like respectful. I felt like the questions you were asking were not intrusive, but they were like get to the point. Like they were very like, because there are, concerns regarding that, right? And so, like, I want to say thank you for bringing those tough questions here today.
Oh, no worries. And I think, maybe I need a more nuanced criticism than Jack is simply full of shit. But I also think some of these things might take more time to explore, especially like, again, I just think it's taking a huge risk to offer advice to people that you don't know on an intimate level. But that's just, I do have like an ideal in my head where I don't think it's possible to help people unless you know them intimately. So yeah, okay. We're gonna. You said you're willing to do a more in-depth chat.
We can talk more.
What's the best way to reach out? Is it Discord? Because
Discord is probably one of the worst. Honestly,
Jack has everything. Like his phone number is probably the best way to get a hold of him.
Oh, okay. Can you receive text? Like that's a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Text is wonderful at that number.
I sent him a couple dick pics one night.
No,
yeah, just please don't give my number out is all.
No, of course.
I normally don't do
in the link is my link tree. Social media. I'm not much on Discord, but more on whatever, Facebook, Instagram, and here an email. So
okay, cool. So yeah, I'll
anyways, please.
Yeah, it might be easier if you reach out to find out what day. Well, okay, it might be easier if you just assume every day is easier for me and just create a time. And if there's any reason that won't work, I'll just let you know. Because I suck at scheduling all this stuff.
How do you get the fucking Fox to move? I'm sorry, I'm so fascinated by
it's just a stupid software, and I animated the mouth myself. Like literally, it only moves up and down, right? Like it's not even.
No, it's cool though. It's still like it moves and it like captures my. I'm sorry, I'm quiet.
it's really just a placeholder for a real camera, right? So I kind of it's honestly as low effort as I could get it. I didn't even like draw this fox. The Furby is AI, but I added the mouth. So
Good work. Here, thank you for joining. I'm going to bring more chaos up. So just so you're aware.
have a good night.
Have a wonderful night, Melanie. And this was actually a great interaction.
For sure.
Yes. Blessings and thank you.
Yeah, good man, Jack. Bring the fire.
J Money.
I don't think Jay Money is. What's up, Jay? You're not drama.
I don't know.
Nah, nothing like that, man. I was just listening. I'm like, damn, like they going at my boy Jack hard. I got to get him a weed whacker so he could kill the snakes in the grass. You know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy. I got to get him something to, fix that, because that's wild. Like,
I like this guy, Jack. I fucking like this guy.
That's just insane. Like, goodness, coming at this man crazy, talking about you can't give advice. Like, come on, like, you can't give advice. Like, general advice.
Money coming straight out the hood.
People, like, you can't just say be nice to people, treat people like you want to be treated. General advice, you gotta know all the details. You gotta go way back, like Maybach, first grade. You gotta go back in the day with you, to tell you a little thing, like my opinion. That's wild.
Dude, this is a fascinating place. Here.
Hey, Jack, you might want to throw Snafu out of the chat.
No, don't throw him out of the chat.
Bring him up.
Need to throw you out, Moose. What is this bullshit? Typical you. It's typical you. That's what it is.
He's letting me be myself, and I'm not being an obtrusive
You're not being yourself because you don't know who you are.
All right, panel.
What are you doing?
Why you so mad? Break it down to me, because I'm new. I never heard this.
I know you're new, Jay, because when you say I'm harsh coming at Jack about his family thing, I baby stepped him through the whole story on this very channel. So maybe you need to check yourself.
Why you think I'm here now, though? You see, I like to get it straight from the source. You get what I'm
So
saying?
when you
I'm like, you know what?
You say you can't give. Are you on the can or can't give people advice?
I'm like, you could give general advice to pretty much anyone, man. I could tell
you.
you.
Give Melanie the general advice not to cut her junk off without knowing her?
Hold on. My fault. Let me make sure I got that. You said, would I give Melanie
I could give that advice, yeah.
To cut off her junk if I don't know her? I mean, listen, is that something she wanted to do? Did she come to me?
You think anybody truly wants to do that and would be beneficial from that?
No, it destroes the wholeness of God's creation and his gift to you.
Everybody's different. You got to understand. Everybody is their own. No, I'm not saying
it's a violation of natural law.
Times change. Penny, I'm saying times change. Like, you got to respect people and their bodies and what they want to do. Like, ultimately, Jack can't make her do it or not make her do it. She shouldn't base that decision on what Jack says. That would be
when you say we've got to respect people and their bodies, do you know that even in the free state of Texas, if your kid goes to school there, the school, a doctor, and the police do not have to tell you that your kid goes to school and changes clothes into the other gender and plays out the day as the other gender?
I hear what you're saying.
Should be entitled to know that?
Listen, right. I hear what you're saying, but you talking about schools, doctors, policemen, and stuff like that. We talking about Jack Talcott here.
Yeah, what does that? Any of that stuff have to do with Jack? What does any of that stuff?
That's what I'm saying.
Scientific studies are playing out
to a narcissist. I wanted Jack to bring me up so I could see if Melanie had a little critique for me.
Like, it's like, why are you putting that on Jack? I don't get it. I'm trying to understand that logic. Like, okay, I get it. So you're telling me that because I don't know this person, I can't give them advice? No, that's not what's saying. Like, that's not. I'm getting it now. Like, it's not just advice. You see, advice is misleading to a new person like me who comes along and, advice. Put on gloves because it's cold outside. You can get sick. You understand what I'm saying? That's advice. What he was mad about was that you supposedly encouraging someone to do a transition. That's probably what I got from that.
Jack wasn't doing that. No, Jack wasn't doing that.
I agree. I'm telling you, I agree with that.
He makes.
I think his point though is
they
that
make stuff up. They make stuff up.
Well, I think his point though, his overall point is that he's would Jack dissuade the person from taking an action that might potentially damage them over the long term and lead to worse repercussions in the future?
I
Right, but
think
check
that
this
was the
out.
concern from Melanie. Yeah.
They're
Okay, but
literally
like,
like what Tommy was doing was coming up here saying something about Jack and then changing it and saying something about a whole entire different thing to paint Jack like as if he is with this movement. So that's
Right.
what Jack is saying. Jack's like, that's what Jack is frustrated with. People keep trying
I don't
to
think that was his
associate
intention,
Jack with
though.
shit, but that's what he did. And if you're a viewer out there
Yeah,
and you're
Right.
seeing it for the
exactly.
first time, you're gonna think, oh,
right.
Jack's cool with that.
But Jack's taking into consideration the longer timeline that's playing out as well. So
Well,
I,
here's
I
the
don't know that.
reality, guys.
Yeah.
I've been learning to trust and surrender to God. The God I know, it's the mystery that brings forth life and the day that's with us all, each moment of breath. I've been learning to trust in that is with me.
Is that why you aren't letting King Stephen up? Because you don't trust him?
He's shown me his patterns. I mean, and the thing is he's so dishonest about himself. He presents he's so duplicitous. I mean, Tommy at least is consistent in his anger, right? Stephen wants to pretend one day that everything's all right. He's on my side. Oh, I'm hurting. I want your support, Jack. And then the next day he's found something wrong with me again. I don't have, dude, it's
well, he's
crazy.
dishonest about himself and he's dishonest about everyone else too. And his patterns are consistent, 10 to 12 hours a day of the same loop. So
That is true. But I think that honestly, like he has a fascination for Jack and he has a love for Jack. And I think that he has like this thing where he just like he wants to come back and he wants to be part of it, but he also wants to criticize Jack at the same time. And
but
he has
ultimately, is that going to add value to the show, I think?
right. But that's what he has to struggle with, like in himself. Like he struggles with that. That's what the duplicitous thing is.
It is. It's the same thing with Tommy and Snafu. Maybe even Paul, Margot.
Even in myself, Jack. Come on, don't be nice to me. Like it's even in me sometimes, and I'm not above it.
Well, people, the spirit moves us, right? There's a spirit of life that's greater than us, and it brings us together and it pulls us apart. But the spirit that brings us together, man, there is something pretty cool going on with us guys. If we can figure out how to get along with each other, it doesn't have to be a lifelong commitment, just long enough to do something greater. We've got so much talent, so much opportunity. We've got so much to gain from trying to change the world.
Jack, but like, how do you deal with people like this? Like, homie saying, "Have you ever read a book before, Jake? Are you illiterate, Jay?" Putting watermelon felon. Like, come on. Like, how do you deal with these people? Like the people that actually like they hate other people. They literally fucking hate us. Like, how do you deal with people that hate you?
I find it funny. You know why? Because they feel like like it has an effect. Like, bro, listen, man, I wake up every day happy. You understand what I'm saying? My little boy, you understand what I'm saying? I go take him places to the movies. We just saw Five Nights at Freddy's. We're gonna go watch Zootopia. You think that a meaningless peasant like that is gonna bother me? Like, can even affect even in the slightest way my psyche? It can't happen.
I bring forward the testimony of Chris Angel and David Blaine. Chris Angel had a real beef with David Blaine, and you just ignore them. David Blaine never acknowledged that Chris Angel was even competing with him, and all of his argumentation lost all steam. And,
exactly. He has no.
So the worst thing you can do is feed the trolls.
Exactly. That's what he wants. That's why he's saying that. He thinks I'm gonna do what you said. I can't do this. Shut the F up. You know what I'm saying?
Think about that. What is someone who is trolling? What are they actually doing? They're being an irritation to someone else. They're denying themselves more comfort, more connection, more security, right? And so they're really actually self-sabotaging by being an irritation to another. And the downside is self-sabotage is contagious. The witnesses will make excuses, and excuses start leading to all sorts of crap.
Yeah, and it's an insidious influence too. They're looking for that long-term, deeper connection. Even if it is just kick the dog, kick the dog. And remember, they said the boys on South Park. They said, "Don't kick the baby." Right?
Right. Don't kick the baby. I don't know. What Mel was asking about earlier regarding education and, can you damage someone by giving them bad advice? Certainly. Right. But the reality is, these experts and professionals, many of them are just working jobs too. Right. I saw psychiatrists in the past. I saw doctors in the past. They were not examples of health, not at all.
But Jack, you also got to go back to what you've talked to people about. Like you've never like steered someone in the direction of not finding help. Like you've always steered
No,
people
right.
of finding the solution. So that's
Right.
what I think you should stress.
And even certified medical doctors have to kind of break the Hippocratic oath, like right when they go into business. My brother spent 12 years in medical school and knocked up like $300,000 in student debt. And he told me he could train me in 6 weeks to do what he does in practice because he's basically just pimping for the pharmaceutical industry and there's nothing he can do about it if he wants to keep his job. So it's a tough path to follow. And to downplay or diminish the autodidactic pursuit of knowledge, I think is somehow ill-founded. And just because you go to university and pay a bunch of money to get indoctrinated doesn't mean you have a better grip on the practices and pathways that can lead people out of suffering. And I think your message to inspire people to take the next step. I mean, I could bear testimony just having seen you talk about your story and being a part of it. It's made me have a greater tendency towards resisting indulgence in alcohol. So that's something, right?
It is good for you. And thank you. I'm not claiming to be any sort of expert, and I am very quick to recognize my own limitations. Right. So I don't know that I would ever talk someone out of seeking another opinion. Right. Go to where the experts are, see what they say.
Jack, in my experience, when you've tried to guide me, you've tried to guide me towards other leaders itself. Like, hey, you said, hey, like, why don't you check this video out, or why don't you check this book out, or something like that. And so, like, that's why I defend you, is because you don't go, hey, I'm the only resource. You're gonna come to me, Moose. Like, I'm gonna help you. Like, in all the things that anyone could ever fault you for, you are not the person that would drive someone away from getting help. And I'm like.
No.
That's something that I want to make sure that like is clear and is crystal clear to everyone.
Thank you. Really, I do appreciate that because it's true. I genuinely, man, when I started finding my own path out of the darkness of depression and suicidal thoughts, right? Alcoholism, when I started finding my own way out, I was like, golly, geez, I want to help others. And I tried. I tried going to the rooms. I started studying different things. I found what worked for me, what others were learning, what was working for them. And then I started seeing how many methods of healing are being found. In the rooms of AA, there's and NA and Al-Anon. I mean, all of these programs to help people with addiction. There's a science to the steps. The steps work when you work the steps. because there's a science to the mind and the emotion. And we're living at a time, guys. We're living at a time where the answers for everything are available for us if we know the right questions to ask and we look in the right places. I've been looking. I've been asking questions, guys. I may not be able to explain everything I'm saying in as many details as some people may want, but like Moose said, I can point you to where I build my opinions from. They explain it very clearly. It's educators and scholars, people who have spent their lives studying and teaching this stuff. The thing is, all of us, what I really, if I was going to break down what this live without fear means, and I do confidently say this message is directly tied to what Jesus was teaching. So if you believe in Jesus, then believe you can live without fear. The goal of faith is to get comfortable in your own skin. So comfortable in your own skin that you'd give anything and everything to share how good you feel with others. If you're going to consider that goal for yourself, you can pursue that goal. You'll find a way. And as you feel better, it just compounds itself. Life becomes so much more simple when you bring faith and love and God and purpose, all the good things. You bring them all in together. You don't pick and choose. You don't like selectively listen. I hope this is making sense.
Oh, absolutely. And you're so right about it. It's building the foundation of love and faith and truth and moving forward. And it seems like a lot of people brought some heat today, but I was noticing it. They're somehow playing out the zodiacal patterns. And I believe it's Saturday for you today, like December 13th. Yeah. So
Yes,
just
sir.
a quick mention. Taylor Swift is 36 today. What a thing. I saw her recent video, The Fate of Ophelia. It's really, really a good song, but I thought she was pushing closer to 50. When I found out she was 36, I was shocked, but she's a beautiful gal and it's a wonderful song.
Question for you, Frank. Did you study NLP?
Yes, I did it. I studied it for about 20 years pretty consistently.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the Learning Strategies Corporation out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Paul Sheely, really good stuff.
Dude, I came across his stuff too. Yeah, he's brilliant. He's a real soft-spoken guy, though, isn't he? There was something about him. I think he was too soft for me. I couldn't.
Okay.
I didn't really connect to him, but
He is. He brought forward the idea of building memory palaces. It's an ancient Roman idea, but yeah, good stuff.
Yes. Here, we've got another energy returning. I'm going to check it out. I don't know why. Please bear with me. Welcome back, Tom. Are we okay?
Are you wrapping up?
Oh, hold on. He's on his period right now, folks.
Yo, Panel Man, chill. I see you.
Before long.
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Who, me?
Yeah.
King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
Listen, I believe that.
Don't listen to him.
I believe that humans are liars with bad tendencies, right? And humans are behind that.
Taking this liar? Why are you just blindly supporting this guy?
I mean, you asking me about my beliefs, or you asking me about Jack? Like, which one?
Oh, you like to answer questions with questions.
No. Because you're asking me about first my belief. Do I believe in Jesus? Then you flipped it to like, why
instead of saying if you believe in Jesus, you just said humans are liars.
I was going to answer you about
Jack. You don't like soft-spoken people.
What?
I do.
See how you are.
I like that middle balance. You're a little too far on the rough.
Jack, you like middle of the road fence dildoing, but sorry, Jack, we're a world of all the variations. And if you can't handle that, you're not going to end wars.
You wildin', man. Why you so
Jay,
mad?
you're actually irrelevant, and I'm pointing out that you're making way too much of a stance with people you don't know.
All right, cool, but
Why are
I'm
you
trying to know,
so
right? I'm
upset?
trying to get the context.
Not cool. I'm
Give me
gonna
the
get back
context, man.
to Jack. Okay, let's get it back to Jack.
I'm trying to give you a chance to like reset, right, and put it out there in a way
I
we
don't
can
need
all
to
understand.
reset.
I'm just
The
saying,
only
like, if you're
time he
making all these
resets Jay is when he does a line of coke or crack.
oh man, you see, like
He's
I
done
even-
that, and he's come online and done it for his viewers. Like
No,
seriously,
come on, you're right, but you haven't seen
level with me for a
him.
second. You never spoke to me. Have a
I'm
conversation
just
with me.
kidding, Jay. He's too
Ignore
fat
the
for me.
bull for a second.
I'm not
Ignore-
lying about it, and I'm not making
Ignore the
shit up.
bull
He
for a
actually
second.
did that shit.
You are lying.
Your audio actually sucks.
So much that you said the two drugs I've always said I never really did.
What are you
So
doing?
fuck off, little Jester Moose. You're a failure on so many levels out here. And
Hold
Landry's been
on,
waiting
hold
while
on.
you say things. Landry's
Tell
actually
you-
like, where you been, Moose? I thought we were cool. Are you wrapping up? All right, well, it doesn't matter. I wanted to wait till we were wrapping up, but we can do it like this. One for the road, Jack. Tell me how much you care about me and that we're friends.
I wish I could say it in a way that you truly received it, but I do care
Yeah,
about
see, that's the problem. You want it received without meaning it. And if you meant it, you wouldn't be the way you are.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
No, you would. You've lied so many times.
Okay,
You're
fair enough.
manipulated.
There have been times I've misspoken.
Jack, whether you respect Paul or not comes down to which one of us you're saying he's like. Don't
What
you
are you
see
doing?
yourself? Don't you get who you are? Because
Tom,
if you don't,
do.
I have to think you're a narcissist.
But you don't have to think that. Okay?
Well, I have to find the truth, Jack.
Okay, but here, the way it's easiest to find the truth is if we just sit
I don't need your
and
advice
be.
for that because you don't have the truth. You will sit here and claim that that book is true and then deny it.
Tom,
Then we've already covered the name thing. Let me tell you one more thing. Let me tell you one more thing.
you're running
Tourette's
out.
sat right here and agreed with what he did say while he was deleting that comment. And when I was gone, he changed his story. Tourette is also a liar, just
Okay.
like
All right. Thank you, Tommy. What I encourage you to do, Tom, is similar to me, please. My goal, let's stop judging rude people, okay? Because we don't need to act like the rude people, Tom. We can act like adults who actually care. And what I want to encourage you to do, everyone to do, is please sit with the silence. Sit with the silence to see what moves you to speak. We talk more about that, but I do feel like it is nearing time to wrap up. I didn't mean to be rude to you guys, not for that, but
No worries, Jack. I just want to say if anybody out there was entertained or they found value in today's thing, maybe you could donate to Jack and help the cause. Share the channel, hit the like button, and I'm glad to be here. And thanks, Jack, for giving me the ability to be myself. Peace, brother.
hey, much love. I appreciate you being here and returning. Good to see you again, Moose.
Facts.
J Money, thank you. Thank you for joining.
Anytime, Jack. My pleasure, man. Anytime I see you and they come at you, I'm like, man, I gotta come say something to my boy Jack, man. Hold your head, man. Forget about all this hate, man. Turn, like how I told the guy in the back chat, turn their hate into your humor. You understand what I'm saying? Because humor heals, right? And hate kills, right? So it's like repurpose it. It's like making lemonade out of lemons, right? They got the lemons though. They trying to give you the lemons. No, but you're not gonna let that happen. You're gonna enjoy the lemons. You understand what I'm saying? Enjoy their hate by turning it into humor. And that's how you do it. That's how you don't let the world beat you down. Because you can't please everybody. You understand? But on that note, Jack, take care, man. Always a good conversation.
Hey, much love, sincerely. I do appreciate you joining.
Definitely.
that tip he was offering, laughter. Man, laughter truly is. Laughter is an expression of joy. An expression of joy is an aspect of love. So laugh often, especially if you can laugh at yourself, especially if you can laugh at your insecurities, your fears. Can you laugh at your weakness? Can you laugh until you become strong? I think we can. What are you thinking, Frank? What are you feeling?
Yeah, and pray often. Inflame yourself with prayer, right? It's good magic. I was watching the back and forth between you and Tommy, and I was thinking how much you guys actually look like brothers, and how somehow he's an aspect of your shadow self. Like he's out there in the world and getting it, and he's roughed up, and he's doing his thing in a very I don't know how to express it, like bellicose way on the streets, but he's trying to spread the word, and then you're a little softer, you've got your hard points too, but you're a reflection of each other somehow. And he's like, again, I think he's really seeking that long-term, deeper connection, and that's absolutely why he keeps coming back. I did want to bring it back to the zodiacal thing about the zodiac, is that it seemed like Saturday, a lot of people came in with fire, and it's the workaday week, Monday through Friday. They build up a lot of stress and tension, and then feel like they could just unload it on your doorstep here on a Saturday, and that's a tough thing to deal with. So good on you for rolling with the punches and keeping your nose to the grindstone. And finally, I do want to wish Taylor Swift a happy birthday, because she looked a lot like my high school girlfriend. And so that's a fun thing. She's a beautiful gal and has a lovely voice.
All right. Much love. Thank you, Frank.
Blessings, Jack.
All right. So much there. So much. Brothers and sisters, if you found your way here, if you're part of this, especially if you align with the Talcottian, whatever, right? You get the fun, you get the purpose, you get the meaning behind Live Without Fear. You can align with these concepts of higher power, greater adventures, greater life, greater health, greater prosperity, greater abundance, greater knowing, greater love, greater peace, greater stillness. All of these graders are waiting, right? Life is made for us to grow, to share together. It is through love that it is through sharing, right? That love is grown. Love is grown through sharing, through generous acts of sharing. Man, you build those bonds and those connections of love. I remember way back in my memories, people who showed me just the smallest bit of kindness at a time when I felt lost and broken. And I will never forget that. That is a treasure that I will carry. And I couldn't carry that treasure had God, the universe, not allowed me to feel lost and broken. But I'm not lost. I'm not broken, and neither are you. I'm going to wrap it up here sincerely from me to all of you. Thank you. Sorry, Tom. I'm wrapping up, brother. You did not waste your time at all. You chose to be here, and I hope you receive these ideas, and I hope you receive the love. I do care for you, Tom, and I care about all of you not named Tom as well. Sincerely, from me to you, thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Oh, yeah, surprise. For those who stick around, I got you set to rate over to ODW News Live. So if he's still running, please say hi and offer some encouragement and support. Blessings to all of you. Thank you again. Peace.